Welcome back to Age of Engineering, and I did figure out where the output of this was. It's at the top. I wasn't expecting it to be there, but yeah, that works just fine. It outputs lots of stuff, which we'll be using later. Today, I thought I'd go and get some orange. Yep, orange dye, that is. And you may you may know why, if you're aware of the uses of orange dye in Industrial Craft 2. Helps if I put an @ sign. Industrial Craft 2. Okay, so we're going to want to make a nuclear reactor, or at least a very, very starting nuclear reactor. And to do that, we need a few things. We need a generator. That's straightforward. We need advanced circuits. We've made those before, but I should make them with this, which means I'm going to have to go and fish for a little bit in a short while. Actually, is there any way to? Can I just do? Yes, I can do the same thing with this. So we get a Palace crystal block, which is going to come from a lapis block, and we'll do 9 at once. Uses more power, but less ingredients. I don't have to go fishing quite as much to actually get more of these, so that's good. We've got some blue slime crystals. I went and actually got some congealed blue slime blocks, so let me just put those. Let's just put half of them in there. Let's get that cooking up. So yeah, we need to deal with this orange dye. So the first thing we need to do is get the right pieces of armor. These are them: hazmat suit, scuba helmet, scuba suit leggings, and the rubber boots. Where are the rubber boots? Rubber boots. So we need to get a few things. So we need to get 6 rubber and some wool of some kind. Those are bronze. Don't want those. Okay, so we need 12 rubber, 16 rubber, and another 6. So that takes us to 22, and I've got very few. I think I've got some in this drawer system, but not very many. Let's have a look. I've got 11. Okay, so we're going to have to tree tap a few trees to get some more rubber. I guess at this point I should probably go and have a look at the electric tree tap, but we're going to just skip it for just now. It is useful, but only until you actually get these fully automated, and that's actually within our reach. We can already do that with even the basic chopper over there. We can do with rubber and feed them into the extractor, so I don't really need that just yet. So I just keep using a little bit of this up and getting it going. How much do I have? 6, and it multiplies it by 3, I think, so that should be enough. Let's just head in, and these take ages to grow, that end stone. Right, so let's just put you in the extractor. There we go. And we can wait for that. I've put a switch on top of this thermal centrifuge. Turning that switch on just keeps this hot, which should be okay with our current power setup. Let's just take a quick look at how our reserves are going. Maybe not, although I do have the extractor on. Yeah, so in the meantime I can just use more of those prune seed things, the tiny coal, whatever comes out of them, to feed these generators. But we will have to sort that sooner or later. Let me get set up with this rubber, and then we'll go and make those pieces of armor. Okay, I think we've got everything. So let's start off with the hazmat suit chest. Oh, I've taken those out of my inventory. Okay, hazmat suit chest. We want one of those. We want the scuba helmet, hazmat suit leggings, and we want the boots. Where are the boots? There they are. And I guess we can put them on this armor stand. This is a base Minecraft one. I'm normally used to the modded version, but let's see if it works identically. I guess I can. I guess I can put those on permanently, but I don't want to. Let's just take that off for a second. And if I shift right click, will it swap? No, it doesn't look like it will. That's annoying. We need something better than that. Is there any other armor stand? Doesn't look like there is. Does this need a redstone block underneath it like the modded version does? That'd be cool if it did copy the modded version. You know, Sometimes. Oh, this is horrid. Just copied the modded version. Really? There's no reason to reinvent this. There we go. I don't think this will. If the rest doesn't copy it, then yeah, this won't. But let's see if this actually lets me do it. I don't think it will. Let's give it a go. Do you swap? No, you don't. Okay, that's slightly disappointing, but let's just put the hazmat suit on for now, so I don't forget about it. There we go. And if you do know a way of automatically swapping armor out without using this horrid vanilla version, then let me know in the comments. More than happy to see it. Okay, so we've got a hazmat suit on, so we're safe from radiation. So if we decide to do other things, then, well, you know, we're okay. So, nuclear reactor then. This outputs, or the setup I'm going to use is about 100 EU per tick, but I want a much better storage than a bat box. So I think we'll just look at an MFE first, not an MFSU. The MFE is like the middle tier, I think, or the third tier of 4. Yeah, tier 3. Okay. So it outputs 512 EU per tick, has a large capacity, and in this case, we need to just take a little bit careful look at that, because 512 EU per tick, and I have insulated copper cable, it's 128 EU per tick, a quarter of the needed amount. Don't know if in this pack if explosions are enabled. They were disabled a long time ago, but it's been ages since I played with Industrial Craft 2. And if you've played with Greg Tech or something, you will know that that's probably a bad idea. So we can look at transformers. Not the robots in disguise, but the kind that takes 512 EU per tick. Excuse me, and outputs 128 EU per tick. So we're going to need some basic machine casings, some insulated copper cables, and that's good enough. And then we've got a wrench as well from Industrial Craft 2. By the way, if you're American, happy Thanksgiving. Have a good time. We don't have that over here. We have other holidays instead. Let's see. What did I want to actually get? Some iron, I think. How much do I have? 35. Let's just get a couple of... There we go. A couple of blocks, put in the block slicing machine and pop you in here. A couple of blocks of iron. Get going. That's going to make the plates that we need to make this. So the medium voltage. Yeah, there we go. So basic machine casing is just iron plates. Great. So back to the nuclear reactor then. It's probably just going to need a lot of lead. The reactor chamber is 4 lead plates around another basic machine casing, so we're going to need 3 lots of 8 plates of iron for each of those. And a generator, I'll just borrow one off the wall, so we don't need any of those. And I'm going to need to make some more of this and the electronic circuit, which is another iron plate. So I want 1 iron plate. I want 8, 16, 24, 25 iron plates plus a generator. And plus whatever's needed for the 25, so that's 33, I want to say, iron plates. We may even have iron plates by themselves already, so already made. Looking forward to having some sort of inventory panel for this. I'm guessing that's iron plate. It is. Good. Fine, so let's take this and we can make 5. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Okay, so if we put one in the middle and a couple of circuits, we get an MFE. Sorry, not MFE, an MV transformer. We also want the MFE, which is going to be another basic machine casing. So that's 30, what did I say, 33 plus another 8, so 41. I think we had enough anyway. So need some insulated gold cable, or 2 times insulated gold cable. So a couple of rubber and some gold cable. So I need 8 rubber there and some gold cable. I've got 7. Luckily the tree, the rubber spots have grown back. That'll be enough. Put you back in there. We haven't used insulated gold cable yet. It is a higher version, so it can take 512 EU per tick. Not that I think our reactor is not going anywhere near that, but the MFE will always output that, so we've got to be a bit careful about doing that. And I'm also going to need some gold. Let me just pop this into the extractor when I get the right thing. There we go. Need a bit of gold to make. How much have we got? Oh, I've got a full stack in there. That will do. Don't need very much of it. It's more the rubber side of things that's the problem usually. So, we've got some copper cable in there, and we want to extrude. That won't take a very long time at all. We've got the rubber we need. What else do we need for the MFE? We need energy crystals. That means for 16 diamonds. I don't think I have 16 diamonds. I think I have like 12 or 13 or 14. Okay, so I need a couple more. I'm going to go mining. Unless we've got a couple of diamonds in here. No, I'm going to have to go mining. And many of my diamonds have been crushed to get energy crystals, which we can then turn into 1, 2, 3, 4, an MFE. Definitely want to keep the wrench on hand. You don't want to lose 16 diamonds. And I have done it before, so please don't. Okay, so we're going to need a few more things. So we've got the MFE and the MEV transformer. I could even use that now to upgrade our bat boxes, to be honest. However, I think I probably want to put the MFE next to the nuclear reactor. I'm not going to put the nuclear reactor in here, just in case. I like to keep some on my base if something goes wrong, so I may well send it out, you know, way over, not way over, but about 16, 20 blocks, something like that way, maybe where the lava is. And yeah, just in case we have a chance of surviving. So with that in mind, we do need to actually get onto the nuclear reactor itself. So we need to get some lead ingots, and we're going to make those into into blocks even. Put the blocks through this. That'll get us 36 blocks, and we're going to need all of those converting via the compressor back into dense blocks. Let's take a quick look. So yeah, we need 4 dense. We need a generator, which we've already got. And then we need reactor chambers. So those are going to need 12 lead plates. So the rest of it is actually processing. And as soon as we get enough, 10... Oh, I've actually got more. Got more than enough now. So we could... I guess it's just actually more efficient just to put them through the block cutting machine. Yep, there's two lots. So let me, which ones do I want to make first? Let's make the reactor chambers, shall we? So again, something like this. And it's actually bad weather outside. So if you hear zombies, sorry. And is it basic machine casing? Yeah, so we need 3 reactor chambers. That will do. I'm going to need an advanced circuit. I'll come back to that in a second. So let's just assemble these. And we want heavy plate. So let's just grab more lead plate. And let's start bundling it into the compressor. I'm going to need 3 more. Come on. There you go. All right, that's going to make 2, and I'm going to need 2 more. So won't need very much more lead, but at least that will get the reactor going. While that's going, I'm going to need an advanced circuit. Not that one. The other advanced circuit. There we go. The lapis palace even is cooking up outside. Everything else we've got here, so I've got that ready. And I think we've got everything else, so we can make the nuclear reactor itself. However, that isn't the end of the story. We also need the fuel, and the fuel is actually probably going to be as hard to make or harder than the reactor itself. We're going to need a canning machine. And I can't remember if you can use either one or if you've got to choose one. I actually quite like this recipe just because it's quite simple. Yeah, well, so is that. Let me just take the fluid solid one, and you know, we get a bit more flexibility hopefully out of this. So we just need another basic machine casing, some tin item casings, electronic circuits. This weather looks like it's easing up, so let's just see. Do I have enough for another circuit? In me, iron plate. I've got one left, so we should be able to make one more circuit. Let's just grab you. And the rest is tin, isn't it? So we're going to need half that. So 1 tin, 2, 3, 4 tin plates to turn into tin item casings. I never have any tin around when I need it, and the supplies. Oh, hi. Hi, creeper. Bye, creeper. Oh, yeah. This always happens. I've blown up my base before, exactly like that. Usually my front door. I normally open the front door and there's a creeper just stood right outside. What was I looking for? Tin. Oh, yes. We don't need very many of them. Let's, ooh. You've grown. Still not mature, though. Shouldn't right-click with that tool. There we go. Okay, so where were we? Making circuits. We got a circuit. We need tin item casings, so I'm going to need to put those through. In fact, let's just make a block and cut the block up. Got more than enough tin now. Get the lead. Put the tin block in. The lead, we're going to need dense. Is it more dense? So I'm going to need, that's 2. And 1, 2, 3 off. Down by the other 2. There we go. 1, 2. And what do we need for this? It's the palace that's outside, but the weather has cleared up. Has it finished? No, it's still going. It's one of these ones that take like 4 million RF, so they're constantly drained. Well, that one isn't, but that's the whole problem with that cabling, I think. Or they need those blocks. So yeah, that's fine. Right, so we want the tin atom casings. Yes, so 2 more little dents. Get a tin plate. And we're going to roll 4 of them when it's in rolling mode. Dents can go here. I'm going to need the advanced circuit for the rest of the nuclear, and then we just need a generator, don't we? So let's just grab a generator. Yeah, let's just make sure it's empty. That was slightly annoying. That why did it plant? Let me just get rid of that for a second. There we go. Oh, I must repair that. Sorry. The only problem with that drill is exactly that problem. It's too good. It will just go right through anything that you actually hit with it and hit the block behind quite easily. Okay, so tin item casings will be here and we can make the rest. So the canning machine. And is this the canning machine as I expected it? I guess we're going to have to put it here. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. So we are going to need a couple of circuits. Let's just go up 1. There we go. And that is getting EU. Good. So this will take fuel rods and it will fill them. And it will fill them with contents of what we get out of the thermal centrifuge. So the thermal centrifuge is going to process uranium. So we're going to get uranium ore. And that is going to get turned via something. Let's have a look which block's best to do it. I may have to build another macerator into crushed uranium ore. Crushed uranium ore goes into the thermal centrifuge, which is why I may need to move the steel side of things out. And out of the other side comes uranium, tiny pile of uranium-235, and stone dust. This gets processed by another method later. I think it's the uranium-238 we use, so we can create those to MOX fuel. And yeah, that's where the tiny pile comes from. Let's just take a look at the fuel rod uranium. It doesn't tell me exactly what the recipe is. It won't give it to me. I've got a feeling that this is, let's take a look. Enriched, that just makes uranium ingots. It is either uranium-238 or it's this enriched stuff that goes into the canning machine with a fuel rod. And the fuel rod recipe is just an iron plate, I think. Or at least it used to be. Let's take a quick look at the fuel rod. Yeah, so just an iron plate through a metal former makes fuel rods. So yeah, we're going to have to process a little bit of uranium. So I think I'm going to move this out. It was fine, but we're now getting steel from that thing outside. So for the moment, I'm afraid you're going to have to say goodbye. Which is actually pretty nice, apart from the fact that... Oh no, go away. Too much inventory problem again. There we go, let's get rid of the fuel cells and the lead. I don't think I need those anymore. We can put the generator in here. That's the compressor, that's the generator. And then, can we go outside and see if that's done now? Oh, this is going to take ages. Oh no, it's going to take him longer now. Oh, I really shouldn't right click. So while that recipe's cooking up again, I'm going to put the transformer MFE up down here, out here. So we're let me just get out of here so you can see where I am. Just out here, sort of halfway between these two buildings. Hopefully, well, it'll probably take out the furnace at least if it blows, but we'll see. I don't expect it to blow, but you never know. If you get a bad design, that can happen. But we've put the MFE down here, which is the power storage. And I'm going to put the transformer right underneath it. And the yellow side, the type of the most dots, is the high side. So we want to shift click it upwards like that. That's shift right click. That pushes it towards the top. And then from here, we should be able to get the power out of it. So we're going to be able to take out power this way. Towards the rest of our... I forgot this happens. Towards the rest of our building that way. So we don't need the power storage inside anymore. In fact, we can go via, let's just go down one. This is where the drill is a little bit handier. Now you will get a little bit of energy loss this way. There we are. There's the rest of our machines. So we can just come straight up here and get rid of our bat box. You will get a little bit of power loss, maybe. I think it's like 20 blocks or so when that starts happening, but it's not that much. And to be honest, we should be fine. I'm just going to need to make more copper cable. In case you wonder where the reactor is going to go, it's going right on top of here. So that should be fine. Ideally, I'd make this out of blast-proof block of some kind, but I don't have any at the moment. So I'm going to have a look for that in the future. However, that will act as a nice cosmetic thing for our reactor. All right, with the palace finally done, after I had the problem last time. Was it 2 in here? It was 2. So we get the advanced circuit. Advanced circuit goes in here. Generator goes in here. And we get a nuclear reactor. Pretty good. There are the side chambers, I think, for later, for a larger reactor. But for now, we can pop that down there. Not much we can do with it at the moment. The side chambers open up these slots. We can't deal with those right now, but that's absolutely fine. Have I made any components yet? I've made one. Let me get my grid up. Yeah, so we want... That one goes right there. No one ever actually does original designs. These are pretty much all off the various forums, so there isn't anything to deal with there. We do actually need to make the other components, but let me just cover this setup first of all. I've moved the macerator from over here, just temporarily. Well, turned too far. Move the macerator from over here, moved it to here. It has an ejector upgrade, so whenever it can, it will eject the crushed uranium ore. That will go up because it can't go right into the canning machine. It'll go up into the thermal centrifuge, which will crush the ore, and it's got a switch on the top to keep it on. That will then output, because of the ejector upgrade, into the stone crafter, with a recipe set up here to make the enriched uranium nuclear fuel. This is the limit, this tiny pile of uranium. And later, what we're going to need to do, because this will fill up with that uranium-238 and the stone dust. Here it comes. You see, we get much more of the uranium-238. So what we're going to do is probably put them into storage drawers and then pull them back into this with something like the equivalent of the rationing pipe. So keep one stack in place, just like we have done with the stone axes. It's called whatever that's called now, the transfer filter or whatever it is. Yeah, so we're going to have that. So there's only one stack of each of these two. And then it should output to the bottom if I'd set it up, but I didn't. So I just actually used the pulling upgrade. So this will pull in any of the enriched uranium into the Canic machine, which will produce fuel rods. And I want 6 to actually start this up. There's only 2 at the moment. So I'm going to leave that running. I may have to leave it till the next episode, but that's okay. It does run quite passively. And with the generators going, it will actually process this stuff. I've got just about a stack of this, and to be honest, what I can probably do when I'm not doing the recipes over there is I can probably speed this up now to actually get more materials, because it does produce nuclear fuel, uranium ore in particular. So we'll get that going to get many more resources, which should power the IC2 side as easily as this setup downstairs powers the RF side. So we'll have good power sources for both sides, and we can start expanding from that. So next step is those components. Now, just looking at Industrial Craft 2, there's a few things we need to make. I need to make another one of these, which means I need to get more copper, or either more copper cable, which means more rubber. I am going to have to solve that rubber problem, but maybe not just yet. Let's see. How much of this do I need? I'm going to need 6 just for another circuit. And the rest I can put in here, I'm going to guess. I need 6 of these coils in total. 2 I took out of the blast furnace setup, so that's 5. I'm going to need another one, so let's just actually tell it to extrude another few of those. In the meantime, let's make another circuit. I've got those. I've got everything I need for this circuit. Wow, there's too many circuits in this mod pack. Far too many circuits. There it is. Electronic circuit. I do have everything. Good. And then I think the rest is something like this. And I'm out of tin plate. Let's just go back to Industrial Craft. Let me just doubly make sure that's what I need. Right there. Yeah, I'm going to need some gold plate, but I need tin plate as well. Okay, I've got any spare tin? I think we probably have. Yeah, that will do. And we'll just put them in the block crafting machine again. Go, which is very, very handy. Definitely go for one of those, not just the metal former. Metal former's okay, but it's not a patch on the block crafting machine. So there is 6 coils. We'll come to those in a second. Going to be something like that. I'm actually going to need to create the overclocked heat vent. That takes more gold plate, but inside the middle of this, all the way down, is the ironing and tin item casings, and I'm going to need 3 of these. Because as we go back up, I'm going to need 3 of these overclocked heat vents. So I'm going to make the rest of those. Okay, the crafting is nearly complete. I had to go and get some more copper a couple of times. It was a bit of a problem. I must say that. I didn't just need 3 motors, I needed 10, which is a huge amount of copper. Because the various different pieces, this overclocked heat vent uses the same subcomponent, which is the heat vent, which uses the motor, as this one. So I needed lots of those. But we got that done. We've got a reactor heat vent there, and we can take this one over here to an overclocked. And we can place this over here. Now, if I remember rightly, the reactor, let's put that there. That's the actual design. Take note. Let me make sure that I've got the design right. That might be that might be useful. Otherwise, this will be a short trip. Yeah, that looks fine. This is the space for our fuel rods here. And if I remember rightly, the nuclear reactor needs a redstone signal of some kind. Normally put a lever on it. However, if you put an MFE here, until at least until you have all of the surrounding chambers things, you can set this to emit if empty, full, etc. So I can do emit if partially filled, either partially filled or empty. One of those two should get us going. Let's go get the fuel rods. Okay, these have taken some damage. I can't remember how. I think I've run into that a few times. So, do we have enough now? We have 9. Good. So let's take 5 and 6. In fact, we best take them all. We can put them in the chest alongside. Keep on doing that. I must move those somewhere else. So let's put those away. Let's put these in and hopefully everything works. Let's see. Are you going to emit, or are you going to still need a output throttle by 50%? Yes. Do you still need a lever? Let's just give it a try with a lever. Do I have some stone? Yeah, let's use you. There we go. 1 stick, 1 lever. And there we go. Output 100 EU per tick. This is now actually feeding, which is fine. Strange that that isn't actually done. So maybe it should be emit if partially, or emit if empty. I'll play around with it anyway. We'll figure out which way that is, partially filled or empty. Okay. So if I knock that off, should that now work? Yep, that looks right. Okay. Partially filled or empty, it is. 100 EU per tick, filling this, which we can then feed all the way over into our base. I'm not going to show that on camera, I'll do it between the episodes, which will then eliminate the need for these for the most part. How much do we still have? That crushed uranium ore to go. We'll get more than a stack here now. Yeah, so we're going to need to deal with those fairly soon, but not just yet. And of course, we've already got 3 fuel rods out there. I can make more of these just with iron plates. So put those in here in the extrusion mode. And we get more fuel rods, or at least the empty fuel rods. So we got nuclear power up and running. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.